Play your position. Learn to play your position. When I was a kid, my grandfather had a landscaping business. I was maybe 8 or 9 years old. And my grandfather, when he would do the yard work for people or build patios, he always used this big wheelbarrow and this big lawnmower. And he had like a smaller lawnmower. He had a big lawnmower though. And it's like, I always wanted to do the wheelbarrow and the lawnmower, but I was too little. So I was in charge of getting the tools and everything as he needed them, and then doing like some shear work, shears and hedging and things like that. He taught me how to do those things, but those are the only things those are my responsibilities. And I always said, one day when I be a big man, I'm gonna get the big lawnmower, and the wheelbarrow, And mind you, I'm a little kid watching a grown man wheel like cement in wheelbarrows, and I'm like excited and want to do it, But I had to play my position, And then the day my grandfather let me get the lawnmower, the big lawnmower, I'm barely over it, And man, I did this lady's lawn, and I'll never forget. The lady came outside and she said, "Is that your grandson?" And my grandfather said, Yes, ma'am. Yes, it is. She said, "He really working that lawnmower." He's like, he barely can see over it, And she's like, "He really working that lawnmower." And I remember looking back, and it was like this little strip of grass that I had missed, and I wanted to go back and do it. And so I turned the lawnmower around, and the lady said, she came out there and she gave me $25. She put $25 in my hand, and she said, "Don't you worry about that little piece of grass." She said, "The hard work you just did," she said, "you leave that little piece of grass right there till next time." And I said, "Yes, ma'am." And I took my money and walked off. But I was so happy that I was able to use that big lawnmower. But it took me like maybe half the summer of working with just doing the tools and the little work that my grandfather would give me to work my way up to using that big lawnmower. Now the wheelbarrow I didn't get to till a few years older, But I learned then to be patient, and play my position. These days, everyone thinks everything's supposed to be so instant, so fast, because life and this technology has made us think that it's supposed to be that way. But there's still things you got to learn how to build and be patient with, because quick fixes don't always work. And it's something that comes as fast as you think of it or put it out or produce it. Sometimes it goes just as fast down the toilet. So you gotta learn how to play your position. It's important for growth. I don't put this out too much, but my teenage years and my youth years, I had a community organization. And one of my members, he always told me, he was like, "Man, the problem is the position that you're in is up here when you should be finding a way to play a position like third tier and have somebody else be the face in the operational tier." And I didn't understand that then. I wanted to be out there with my soldiers, But I learned after I tapped back into like working with my grandfather that I gotta learn to play my position. And a lot of times my position of leadership needed to be on the third tier so that I can see things clearly and appreciate things clearly. So grateful for the lessons that I've learned from youth until teenage years. But learn to play your position. Don't overstep. It's okay to know how to do every function, but don't overstep when it comes to playing your position. Peace. Fight for your life.